What's up guys, Nicola here. Welcome to a tutorial on how to use the backtesting feature in BravoBot. So if you remember, I've made a guide on getting started with BravoBot. Now once you scroll down and read through it, and then once you get to using BravoBot, you will get to backtesting. So what I'm going to do is walk you through creating this example bot that was used in the guide. In order to do that, I created a new BravoBot account. This is so that I can show you the steps and they will be exactly the same as they are for me, because this is a brand new account with nothing set up. So the first step is go to the control panel under the Backtest bot administration category. This is where you will be able to create a new backtesting bot. I'm going to name this bot example since I'm using it as an example for this video. In the guide, I put 1000 BUSD as the wallet amount, and the buy order size is going to be 3.2%. We're going to be using 3.2% because the way the grid order strategy works is that it's going to be using 3.2% of your wallet per grid level. So we're trying to utilize as much of the wallet as possible. Because we're going to be using 30 grid levels with the initial buy, that will end up using 99.2% of the wallet. Next, let's set the backtesting length. I encourage you to set this to a higher number, but I'm going to be doing 30 days for example purposes. I want this to finish faster. I already know the results of this backtest, but if you're going to be doing this, I encourage you to set this higher. BravoBot currently can handle up to 365 days, so you should do something along those lines. Next, let's select the coins that the bot is going to trade. For the sake of time, I'm going to select top 50 coins. I'm not particularly picky when it comes to backtesting. Later on, for the live bots, I will refine the coin list. Now let's make the entry strategy. Currently, BravoBot only has RSI, so let's make a strategy around the RSI. So the value will be 25. This means that whenever the RSI is below 25 on the 1 minute time frame, using 14 candles for its calculation, that's when it will buy. So let's confirm the rule. If you want to add another rule to the first strategy, you can do so by pressing here. So that means you could maybe look on the 1 hour time frame if the RSI is, let's just say, below 50 on the 14 candle calculation. And now there's two rules in one strategy. Then you can add a whole new strategy where the RSI on the 30-minute candle must be below 30. So that means, using 14 candles again, this means that the bot will look out for either this strategy or this strategy when looking for an entry. And these rules do not have to reflect the state of the market for strategy 2 to happen, as long as this rule is met. So you can create very complicated rules, but for this example, we're only going to be using this. Now, let's get to the exit strategy. For this example, I'm going to be using the grid placement because it is my favorite. So, you have a few options that are coming soon. As you can see, compound, but we're going to keep it simple. So, we want the bot to exit after the position is in a 1% profit. We're going to place 30 grid levels with a 1.5% spacing in between them. So imagine you enter the position and 1.5% below the entry, there will be a grid level. That means it will buy again using 3.2% of your wallet, which means it will decrease the cost average of each coin that it will buy in the future. Later on, also, it will decrease how far the position has to rise in order to hit the target profit percentage. Next up, let's set this to be 0 because we don't really want the bot to spend more the further it goes down yet. This you can test on your own, but now you're able to press this button and it will show you for all of the coins that you have how it will spend your BUSD when entering positions. So as you can see, it will spend 32, which is 3.2% of 1,000. And you can see that it's going to basically use all of the BUSD. But that means Bitcoin would have to go from almost 38,000 all the way down to 21,000. That means it will also drag down when it has to sell, because it's going to be decreasing the cost average per coin that it buys each time it hits a new grid level. So let's click the submit button and start the bot. Now all you have to do is start the bot. As you can see, the backtesting bot has started. You can tell by the progress bar in that it says it's running. I'm going to return once the backtesting bot is done. Now as you can see, the backtest is finished. You can check out the report of the backtest here or here. Now you can see the bot has made 24.44 BUSD. That is the percentage from starting amount. This is how much it made per trade. This is the amount of trades it made, and this was the average time that it was in a trade. So as you can see, the bot spent 62% of its time in trades. Because of the settings, the market will not always reflect the desirable conditions for the bot to enter the trade. So this graph shows how much the wallet is per trade that it made. You can see the wallet increases over the amount of trades that it did. Because we're using a grid strategy, each time it makes a trade, it won't be a consistent amount of BUSD that it comes out with, because it will depend on how many times it rebought. While the change over time graph shows how the wallet changes per day. Next up, we have the strategy analysis table. Here you are able to see which strategy the bot primarily used and how well it performed. You're able to see the win rate of the strategy, the ROI, and the frequency. If you need more information, you can just hover over the headers and it will give you more information. In the case that you end up using more than one strategy, it will look like this. You're able to compare between the two strategies how well they perform. Next up is the volume of coins traded. Here you're able to see the coins that the bot has traded. You have a pie chart representing the coins. As you can see, the most common one was Ethereum Classic. You can hover over the headers here too. And then you're able to see how much volume was traded and the percentage of all trades that was that coin. Next up is the trade log. So as you can see, you're able to see all the trades that the bot did. You're able to export this, mess around with it, hover over to get more information. You can sort it by trade length, so we can see the shortest trade was 29 minutes. The longest trade was 4 days. You can sort by strategies in case you have multiple, like I've shown you previously. You can see which exit strategy you used. So there's a lot of information that you can get out of this. And like I said, you can always just export it. Let's pull it up in a spreadsheet software and it'll look like this. So yeah, you can do further analysis if you want. So now you might be wondering, what is the next step? So one of the steps you could take is, now you can duplicate the bot, you can modify it with this button, you can edit the settings, test out a new strategy, see how it performs. After that, you would need to attach your API key, create a virtual wallet, and run a live bot if you wish to use the strategy on a live bot, which is kind of easy because now you can just copy your strategy over to the live bots. You press that, and boom, you head over to the live bot control panel and it's here. So if you wish to attach your API key, check out the video in the card in the top right. In the future, I'll be making a video on how to create a virtual wallet, so stay tuned for that. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm Nikolai from BravoBot. Follow us on other social media, join our Discord and Telegram community, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.